Tal. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Connect In. Today is a talk about different ways to get out of your head and into your heart. So I'm going to I'm also broadcasting on Clubhouse. So Tal, if you would like to um, join and speak, you're welcome to. Yeah. So I'm trying something a little crazy today. Hey, Debbie. So what I'm doing is I'm actually broadcasting live on Facebook and on Clubhouse at the same time. And I'm outside in a field of marsh marigolds. And so, because I was thinking a lot about Connect In, right? And the many different ways that we all know how to connect in or like to connect in. And some of them are pretty non-traditional. And, sitting out in the field, lying in the field with your head in the flowers is not a bad way to connect in, right? So I thought what we would do before we begin, I'm sorry, all these little bits of technology, always so fascinating, isn't it? I thought what we'd do is just take a moment and get quiet, because I find that we can connect in with life all around us better if we are more inside ourselves and, or as I like to say, out of our head and back into our hearts. So I'll also let you know that those of you on Clubhouse, you can mute and unmute yourself if you want to just raise your hand. If you have something to say, you're always welcome to do that if staying live all the time is a little confusing for you. Okay, so sometimes during these connected events, I use a gong and a candle. And, sometimes we just don't all have that at our disposal in those moments where we'd like to come inside. And so today I thought we would shift to a more shamanic way of being, which is connecting in with the elements all around us as they kind of mirror the internal experience of us in body as well. And so I'm going to invite you all just to close your eyes for a minute. And if you're comfortable, or lie down in a field of flowers if that's what you like. But go ahead and lie down or get comfortable. And whether you're outside or inside, I'd like to invite you to feel the wind, the air, against your skin. Just feel how the element of air is greeting you, is engaging with you, is allowing you to be present in your body because you're using your senses to feel. And notice the subtle movements of how your hair on your head moves when you connect with air, the hair on your body as it connects. Notice how the element of air is moving in and out of us as we breathe. Now again, whether you're outside or inside, welcome in the element of fire, of sun or moon or star, wherever you are in the world right now, to that radiant light that's all around us. And there's normally a few ways that we connect in with the element of fire. Most of us think about that as a connection of warmth. So you can feel fire, the warmth on your skin, You can feel the warmth in your body. And if you like, you can go ahead and place your hands on your heart and feel the beating of your heart, of your internal fire, if you will. And notice what that does to your body. Does it change how you feel inside yourself? Now let's go ahead and connect in to the element of water. So there's water in the air, there's water inside our bodies. Just shift your consciousness to welcome in this fluid being of expression. I always find it fascinating when I do this. I find that I get a bit more saliva in my mouth. It's almost like water is saying, hello, here I am. And let's shift our awareness to the element of earth, which is our gravity. It's the thing that keeps us present in our body. And so you can bring your awareness to your muscles, your bones, your flesh, the earth of our body. Or you can feel yourself drop into the land, the earth that's supporting you and grounding you. And just notice how your body feels. And now invite your breath to come from your mouth to your belly to your feet, and just feel the weight of you on the earth. So at any point throughout this exercise or throughout this day, if you feel like you get caught up in your head too much, breath, belly, feet. Yeah. So this was a completely spontaneous experiment to decide to sit outside and to be and connect in with nature. And I'm actually super excited that Tal Drum has joined us on Clubhouse. And Tal is a shamanic practitioner. And I thought, Tal, I know this is really kind of off the cuff, if you will, but if you want to talk a little bit about how you connect in as a shamanic practitioner, I think that would be super. I'm going to have to try. Would that be okay with you? That's perfect. So just give me 1 second, okay? Because I want to try to get this so people can listen on. That's perfect. So just give me 1 second, okay? Because I want to try to get this so people can listen on. Which you can do drumming that will bring you into yourself without knowing the music, without really knowing how to play drums. There are ways. Whoops, I tie my shoelaces, sorry. This is a perfect example of what it's like to connect in while you're in life, right? So, you know what, Tal, while you're here, while you're untying your shoes, I think I'll ask Debbie if she has any thoughts about how she liked to connect in. And Debbie, if you would like to go ahead and unmute yourself, you are very welcome to. Because you may have a different experience of how you connect in as well.
Well, actually, I'm sitting outside right now, and I'm feeling the sun on me, and my feet are on the ground bare, and I connect in, like, just playing in the dirt, like, planting in the ground or weeding or listening to the birds, which I hear right now from your end. They're on my end, too. And just being outside, feeling, when you went through that whole meditative piece, feeling the air and touching the earth and feeling the sun. I mean, to me, that's just such a strong way of connecting. Mm-hmm. And I guess I sing in my head.
Uh-huh.
Not necessarily singing out loud. But yes, I mean, all of that just feels so right to be a part of this, and talking to the birds and to the trees. I talk to everything. So, yeah.
Oh, fantastic. That's a really beautiful way of how you connect in. I think it's important that we all just really honor whatever that process is for us. And Tao, are you in a place to talk a little bit more about how you connect in now?
Well, I was going to say another way that's great is just dancing.
Tell us about that.
Well, I sometimes I have two pretty big speakers in my music room, which used to be the living room. So it's a nice. I keep the space kind of open so I can dance there. And sometimes I'll just put something on, like outright dance music and just go for it. And I find it's very cathartic, which is part of clearing off so that you can connect in,
Yeah.
Just active like that, just for it. And I'm not thinking about anything when I'm doing it. I'm just enjoying the music and moving my body to the rhythms.
Mm-hmm.
So you get very embodied. You get very back in your body.
Right.
And then afterwards, you're very, you can be very silent if that's what you want, or just a lovely thing. And I realized recently, I was like, you know what? I haven't been dancing. So I need to do it more again.
Yeah, that's beautiful, Tal. I was thinking, I know that Debbie's a dancer, and I don't consider myself a dancer, but I love to move. And I think you bring up a really interesting thing that, for me, if you don't mind me just having a moment here, there's a real difference between practices that allow you to feel alive and connected versus practices that are really more about building a skill. And so dancing and drumming and drawing and, all those kind of more creative things, a lot of people think you have to be good at to do. But I think what we're all talking about here is whatever allows you to have a sense of freedom. And if we use a shamanic term, to get hollow, just to get empty out of the head and hollow back into the heart, so we can really just listen to nature, birds, spirit, or your inner guidance.
I think maybe I should probably mute myself.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
I'm sorry.
It's a shame because maybe we could do this more planned next time. But, how do you all connect in? I mean, connect in and honor that that's your process. I mean, I think that's what Tal and Debbie are talking about here. But the question for you all is, like, how do you give yourself the space to listen deeply? I know that I normally begin these talks with a little what I call a meditation practice, but it's more of a centering and grounding and coming inside yourself practice. But how is it for you? What do you do? For some people, it's drinking a cup of tea, and for some people, it's walking your dog. So, Debbie, Tal, do you either of you have any other ways that you know that people connect in and kind of fill themselves up? You can go ahead and unmute yourself if you like.
Okay. I agree with Tal about dancing. And what I do is I close my eyes so I can see with my eyes closed. That's my new. That's kind of my new mantra. And yes, walking the dog.
Yeah, Debbie, what was your new mantra?
Alive.
What was your new mantra?
See with my eyes closed.
Yeah, that's a good one. That I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just wanted to hear that one more time, you know?
Yeah. No, I mean, I think just for me, maybe just feeling alive is my connection too. And I know that the winter months are not good, and I go into hibernation. And as soon as the earth starts to warm, I feel alive.
Yeah. And that's actually a great point, Debbie, because we are no different than the beings all around us. The flowers, the trees, the birds, the foxes and horses or dogs. Like, we are all responding to the shift in nature, you know, and I'm not saying we all have to do it the same way, but we are all in the same rhythm of the cycle of the earth. And part of connecting in to the elements, like we did earlier, is really about bringing yourself back into the cycle of day and night, the cycle of the seasons. I know that Tal recently did a spring equinox celebration or ceremony that really highlighted the turning of the wheel, if you will, the turning of the season. I don't know, Tal, if you're in this space that you could say anything about that.
Well, yeah, that's it's a year-long journey.
Mm-hmm.
That the Earth is moving, and we're moving as part of that. I'm sorry for the traffic.
That's okay. It's all it's life.
The live stream and contemplation of winter solstice in December, and then did the spring equinox. And I'm going to continue to do them via Village Wellness because it's really the whole year, you know. And it is about tuning in and paying attention.
Yeah.
I was going to say something about talking about a little bit ago about how this thing of painting or dance or drumming, it's really not about learning a skill, although, you know, that's also something I love, to learn how to do these things.
Sure.
But it's really about just personal expression, and it's not about becoming a great musician or painter or something like that. And every human being, we're born with that sort of need to express ourselves, part of being human. Mm-hmm. And so I would just totally 100% what you're saying, and that's something that people don't realize because it's not what is reflected back to us. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So yes to all of that.
Yes. Well,
and I think I'm going to hit some traffic, so I'm going to mute myself again and possibly have to say goodbye.
Okay. Well, I think because this is the Facebook part of this is generally about 20 minutes, so I thought let's just go through, Tal, you can listen. Let's go through one more time this connection with life around us, and then we can close from there. How's that sound? Unless, Debbie, do you have anything else you'd like to share real quick?
No, I think that was just, everything was said beautifully.
Great. Okay. So again, yeah, thank you. Thank you for joining us. So let's, okay. So let's just feel our feet on the ground, or our butt on the ground, whatever that is for you. And soften your eyes. And soften that place between your eyes as well. Because when you do that, you actually allow your heart to soften a bit more. And then take a moment and really feel the wind, feel the element of air all around you. Feel the warmth of fire inside you and around you. Feel the water inside you and in the air. And feel your body fully part of the earth by just recognizing your blood, your bones, your flesh. And extend your heart and gratitude to all the beings that we haven't even connected with officially. The trees, the insects, dogs, cats, birds, all the beings of the invisible realms. So some people call those fairies and gnomes. Some people call those power animals or teachers. You know, once we come into our heart space, there is so much we can connect with. And we do that by first connecting in, dropping out of our twirly head and back into our heart. So I wish you all a beautiful day, no matter where you are in the world. And I hope today, or in this week at least, you have the opportunity to go outside and connect in with nature. And you do that by breath, belly, feet, opening your heart, and just seeing what the world around you has to share. So I wish you all a beautiful day, and thank you, everybody.